what we call the dark continent of Africa today wasn't always a dark continent. It was once a place that thrived with high technology. I think if you look at the historical construction, like the pyramids, if you look at the architecture that was involved in building those pyramids, it shows a very high level of skill and a very high level of engineering and genius on the part of those Africans who actually built those structures. And there's irrefutable evidence that it was Africans who built these structures. Our culture and our civilizations have been destroyed by foreigners, whether it's from the time of the first invasions back in Egypt when it used to be called Kemet, when we had the Hyksos, the Persian invasions, you had the Roman invasions, the Arab invasions. They've destroyed our civilizations, they've destroyed our way of life, and to this day Africa still has not recovered. Today we still have the Arabs in Egypt. They cannot build any structures that are of any significance compared to what our former African ancestors built, because they just don't have the knowledge. And that's evidence to this day that if they were the original inhabitants, they would have erected better structures than the pyramids. So the mere fact that they cannot do that shows that they cannot replicate a history that does not belong to them. Current civilization that we have today, where we have these skyscraper structures, these concrete towers that you see the Europeans building, etc., that is a reflection of the consciousness of those people in this day. We seem to be progressing in terms of Eurocentric values and regressing in terms of Afrocentric values. Therefore, it wouldn't surprise me if 4 or 5 generations from today, Africa is like Australia, or Africa is like America, where everybody is speaking English. Because literally, that's where we're headed. Religions have damaged us as Africans, because one thing we need to understand about most of these religions that were put in our hands, they are not of African authorship. Therefore, if you look at the reason why they were brought to us in the first place, these religions came during the times of colonization or the times of slavery. If it's the very same books that were used during the period of slavery and during the period of colonization, and these books were used to pacify the victims